Hello and welcome to another video along the Derry na Fleadh Trail, which is an ecclesiastical heritage trail in County Tipperary. And in this video I want to start mapping the religious site that is Holy Cross Abbey, which is a pilgrimage place. And I will start with mapping the amenities that people might find useful along there. And then in a second part, because the video would have become too long, I will add the Stations of the Cross, so the more religious side of things. But first things first, and we'll start with mapping the pathways. I've already done a couple of the footways when I was there and some of the steps, and I'm logged in on OpenStreetMap, and I'll just click on Edit. And one of the most important things for me when I go anywhere is to know where the toilets are, and they are very close to the entrance, which is great. And you just come in through this gate or this gate here, and there is a little roof here, and the ladies' toilets are here, and there's a sign, ladies' toilets. So I'll just put a note there, and in the search I'll type toilets. And then you see there are a couple of things that come up straight away. Toilet disposal, I only used one of them. I presume they're all the same. Flush. And then these are the ladies' toilets, so they're female. And there was no diaper changing table. There was also a disabled toilet, which I will tag separately. So wheelchair access, no, not for these, not for the ladies' ones. And then I want to add the capacity, because I counted all the cubicles. So I'll just type in capacity 8. And the disabled toilets were in the same kind of room, but they were a bit closer to the door, so I'll put them here. Toilets, and I presume they were supposed to be unisex. I didn't go into the gents' toilets, obviously, so I don't know if they had a disabled toilet as well. I doubt it, because it wasn't as accessible. So unisex, I didn't look for a diaper changing table in there. Sometimes you get the nappy changing tables in the disabled toilets because they're the most spacious ones. As I said, I don't really know. It was also a flush toilet and wheelchair access, yes. It might be limited by, I'm not a wheelchair user, so I can't tell you. Capacity 1. So I'm gonna add a footpath now. And I'll just start here at the gate. That's one of the entrance gates, and it goes through here. That's the way I went. And I'll join it up with this driveway here. And you see I already have footpath because I recently added a footpath. And I'll just tick that. I won't do anything about the surface because I don't remember. And nothing about the incline or anything like that. If you go there and you do Street Complete, you might want to add more details. And I could do more looking at the mapillary, but I don't want to get hung up on the footpath too much because I want to get some work done on the religious stuff. The other footpath went in here, and I might have drawn that, or whoever did that. Just going to delete the whole grass. I think that was me. And I'll add another footpath here, which was very close to the wall and went in there. I might have put the door in the wrong place. So this is the first part of the cloister and goes around here. There. I'll just continue to this gate. Footpath, and I'll move this door. Actually, now I think it was actually there. Just draw another line here to this door. Footpath. And then I'll put back the grass, because you don't walk over the grass. Okay, and land, no, sorry, I just type in grass. It's land use grass anyway. And then I'll add a line from here to, no, I won't. And what you can do, of course, there needs to be a connection between this path and this path. Maybe I'll just draw it like that. But what you can also do is add a pedestrian area, but I won't do that now. And then there was a reception here somewhere where you can book guided tours. Well, that is not a tag, but office is. Type, maybe this has reception. No. So I'll just leave it as office. And then I don't know the opening hours. That would have been useful. I'll also add a door here where you go into the toilet, and just add a note and point entrance yes. And it's on the ground floor level, so you can, in level you can put in a 1. You can do different levels in a shopping center. If you have more than one level and you want to add doors that are only on a certain level, you can do that using the level thing. And there is wheelchair access, I presume, because the disabled toilet is there. And then you can also add more detail to the door, which was just open. So I presume what you do is just no. And this part here is of course within the building, this bit. So what I'm going to do is split here on this corner and on this corner. So I can highlight only this bit that is within the building. And what you can do there is put in tunnel and then building passage, which means it's something that goes through a building. You can use that for driveways as well if they go through a house. But I'm only doing the footpath now. Then there was another footpath roughly here. It seems like there is a door here. I don't know if you can see that. So I'm going to go that way. Oops. Should always connect them. And add footpath again. And add another building passage here. I think there were steps. I might have to go into the mapillary and check. Because that is important for wheelchair users or people with impaired sight. What did I want to do? Tunnel. Building passage. And there's a gift shop here. Gift shop. And I do have the opening hours. I took a picture somewhere. I'll have to look it up on Mapillary if I don't forget. And then I will continue this footpath here. Down here. Avoiding the benches that I mapped earlier. And connect it to this gate here. You can see here I added steps. There are some steps leading down, and you can also add the incline. You see the little arrow here, and if you go down the steps that way, that means in incline you put down, and if it went up in this direction, you put in up. And you can also add information about handrail, the number of steps. I thought I had done that. And tactile pavement. There was no tactile pavement, so not very friendly towards visually impaired people. The other pathway I'm going to add is here. That's the actual Stations of the Cross, which are placed along here. So I'm just going to add a pathway starting here from the car park to there. Footpath. And then there were some steps. I don't remember how many. And you could go around the little chapel, which I haven't mapped yet. And then you had steps again here, leading down. So in that direction they go down. These ones go up. And then there were steps here again, leading down. And same here, steps leading down. And then we'll do the kind of a circular walk loop. This is the actual Stations of the Cross path. I don't know. Not a Catholic, I don't know how it works. And then connect these steps to this round one. Yep, and then you can walk around here, around the church, so I'll add that as well. And of course it connects at the bottom of the steps, so I'll have to be careful about that. So these are all the footpaths, and people can walk on this driveway as well. So you could add yes here with the allowed access. I guess everybody's allowed. I don't know about horses. And that's all the footpaths done. And then I'll add this little chapel as a building. So just draw a rectangle and go to building features, and I just click building and add chapel. And now that it has a descriptive tag, I can highlight it and hit my Q key on the keyboard to square it off. And also for chapel, you can add amenity, place of worship, and then you go up here and you can add the religion, which is of course Christian, and the denomination is Roman Catholic. You can also add the city if you want to. And I don't know the service times. I don't think there was a sign on it or anything. They might only use that for whenever the feast day of the Holy Cross is. I just want to make this a bit more symmetrical. So these are all the pathways. Of course, you can also walk through the church, but I won't add that. And I'll save this now. And then in the next part, I'm going to show you how to do the more religious stuff.